Right, we're going to do a video now how to replace the rear central locking solenoid thing. Now, we have done a video of this before and it's had like ridiculous views, but we've worked out a better way / alternative way of doing it. So we are going to update the video now. So, right, we are working on our Land Rover Discovery 4 and this will be much the same on the Land Rover Discovery 3. So, we are going to, in this video, we are going to remove the window actuator, lift the window up. We are then going to change the central locking motor by removing the outer door handle. Now, you can do it without removing the outer door handle, but I think although slightly longer and removing more parts off the car, I think it's actually easier than trying to work blind inside the door, swapping those cables over. So this is the way we're going to do it. Right. Here we go. Right. So first of all, we have removed the door card. We will put the link to the door card removal video up there. It's slightly different on the Discovery 3 and the Discovery 4. Right. The other thing is when you remove the door card, we have removed this little control panel from, there's only three screws holding that on the door card on the inside. And that enables us to control the electric window. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to drop, or have done already, we have dropped the window. So you can do that from the controller on the front door, driver's door there. You can drop that. Now we're dropping it because what we've got to do actually, we're going to take the speaker out now, and then we've got to disengage the window from the window mechanism, and it's slightly easier if you've got room to lift the window up. Right, there we go, Tyler, fire away, let's get going.
Connector on the bottom of the speaker. He's got
a little squidgy. He's got
two little ears.
Two little squidgy side ears there. We've got 4 screws on the outside of the speaker. All the same.
Torx T20.
Torx T20. We'll try and do this video in one shot if we can, in one take. Let's see if we can do that, Tyler. Right. Now the speaker will pull off. Sometimes it's stuck a bit. Is it stuck a bit? If you get it stuck, just put a little wedge on it because it's got like some glooper on the inside there, a little double-sided tape. So that can take a bit of a tug to get off. Right, well done, Tyler. You're off. Right, now let me put the screws down. Right, now the next job is to reach inside and disengage the window. Now, I'll inject the little clip here, Tyler, that we did on the front door, because we had the window out on that. So you'll see now there are 2 clips on the front window. There's only 1 clip on this rear window, but the clip's the same. Right, so watch that little clip there. Right, one thing I wanted to show you, let's just jump out from inside the car. This is obviously jumping forward to me out the car. This is what you're trying to do. So this is the window regulator, and this is the window, and these are the bits that we're trying to join. So what you've got to do is, when you get it, when it's in the car, back to front, or if I take that too, right, you see that snap in there, and you can see that's linked. Now, what you've got to do in the car, obviously the side we're looking at is against the outer door skin. You've got to get in around the back, and you've got to lift. What you're trying to do is lift that away there, and lift that away there, and then drop the regulator. That's what you're trying to do. So right, let's get back in the door card. Right, hopefully that's clear. Now you're back with us. Right, so Tyler is now going to use his hands and reach inside. Right, now this is where you may well need an assistant. We could actually take that window up. Let's take the window up, Tyler, because that's what you're going to have to do when you're at home. Right, we all good? Right, so that'll just stop when we disengage the window. We don't want it to fall. To be honest, it's not going to fall very far, but that obviously makes it easier. Right, go on then. In you go, Tyler. Tyler's limbs are long, but they're not as skinny as mine. So, well, he's done it. He's done it. Right, okay, I've got that, Tyler. Right, now the next thing we need is we're going to take the electric window panel off here. So there's 2 nuts at the top, and then there's 4 bolts at the bottom. So there you go, Tyler. Tyler's got his new toy.
New favourite toy.
Now, obviously, yeah, we've coloured all the bolts that we're taking. Right, so it's 4 bolts in the bottom. They're all the same. Three. Now, have we detached the motor connection on the electric motor yet, Tyler?
Oh yeah, we have.
We have, yeah. So that's one thing you will have to disconnect.
That would
So
have been there.
that would have been there, yeah. Oh, that was us practicing. Right, so there's the nuts, flanged nuts, our favourite type, aren't they, Tyler?
Yeah. There's a flange and a lead in.
Yeah, lead-in bolts and flanged nuts there are. Right, now, this should now push back into the door. And what we're going to try and do is extract it. So that Tyler's checking he's disconnected from the window.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I should take the window to right.
You're going to take it right to the top, are you? Right, we'll just stop the video. Forget that one take thing. We'll just get it taped all the way up. Right, we are now ready to remove the window mechanism. So it pushes back. We're all disconnected. You got that little love handle again, Tyler, where you can hold it, which is quite cool.
I don't even know what it's there for. You've got to try and push it off of these 2 bolts. Sometimes there's sealant round that will be a bit stuck.
Yeah. Right, and then this is the tricky bit. Watch this. This is like a magic show. Right, so the trick here is when you look up inside there, you can see the white plastic bit at the top there. Now, which is where the window was latched on. Now, it starts off with this black panel is in front, as in towards the camera here, of that black panel. So you've got to move the panel. We'll do this. You've got to move the panel forwards, push it back against the door so that the top corner of the window mechanism is behind the white window catch, and then it slides out. So Tyler's going to demonstrate now. We've just worked this out. So first of all, you've got to slide it forwards, as in, or slide it towards this end, yeah. And get that back corner, yeah.
He's behind there.
He's behind there.
Now he's up against the back of the door.
And then give it a bit of a wiggle. That's right, go. That it all happens on this corner here. See that little lug there? That's it. Right, there you go. And then he's out. Now, again, you can work with it, but it's better just to get it out the way. You can give it all a clean. You can have a look at it. It's pure genius, but it's better just to get it all off. And there you go. That's the little clip there. Can you squeeze that again, Tyler? So that's the little clip you're trying to release. Right, but get that out the way. Let's get rid of that. Right, so now what are we on? So we now have the... Right, now we've got to thread the cable back through, Tyler. So let's thread that cable through. So push the grommet.
Good. Push it in.
And then get rid of that all inside the door frame. Right, so that's pretty much all the work inside the door done. Now what we've got to do is we've now got to remove this outer door handle. Now to do that, we've got to remove the small bit first. So have you got your little prop handy, Tyler? Right, Tyler's going to show you what the next bit we're going to... So we've got a door handle off the car already, and removing this little bit's got these little spring clips. If you look at the edge, we've coloured them in orange. And then what happens is if you fit it, Tyler, so it goes into the door handle mechanism here. It's got a little tiny hook at the back, and then it clips in. You can hear those clips. And then if you look at the back of it, can we see the back, Tyler? So you can see where those... And this is what you're looking for behind the door. So as you're feeling, you're looking for these little hooks that we can see orange. And what you're going to do is get a little screwdriver and just see if you can do this, Tyler. And you've got to compress the hook while pulling the... Oh, sorry, and then pull the handle. You pull the top first and then do the bottom one. And then you've got to open the handle a little bit and then lever that out. So that's what we're trying to do. Right, so let's have a go on the car, Tyler. So, right, how are you going to get... Now, actually, it was easier to get access to that by removing these screws, and we've got to remove these screws anyway. So what are they? Torx T30. So we're going to remove those 3 orange, they're short little bolts there.
Very short.
Yep, so they're little short ones there. 1, 2, and they're all the same. Little countersunk bolts. Okay. And then that should allow that little door catch, which we're taking out anyway, to drop down just a bit. And then in through there, you can see, now that I've coloured them orange in there, when we put it back together, if I get the camera in the right place. There. Can't see very, that's why we did the offside. So Tyler's now going to lever those while pulling this outer door lock. And if he can get this right. So he's putting a handle in there. And you just do the top one. You're going for the bottom first by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's one I can see the best.
Yeah. Now you can just rip these off, but you're in danger of breaking them. You can just go up and rip them off. But then you'd have to buy some new door handle covers. And we do sell them on the website.
That top should be released.
It's fighting me. Well, that feels good. Right, I think I'm going to pull the door handle. There we go. So you can see that there. So it does help if you open the door handle. So that's that out. Right. So now we've got now we've got to slide this out a door handle. Let me get the right there. I'm holding all bits, Tyler. I'm all in a tidder. Right, there you go. So give the little demo now. So if you open that door, open it a bit, I think is the. I'm always a big fan of opening it. There you go.
Open it and melt.
And then that comes out. So let's just have a look at that, Tyler, once you got it out. So there's that little hook at the back. You can see that nicely against the contrast of the door there, yeah. So that hooks on at the back, and that just slides out. Right, now you can remove the 2 little gaskety panels, and they're on little pegs. So you remember to put those back on. But they're quite robust, those. Let's just have a look at those little pegs, Tyler. You see those little pegs sticking out there, yeah. And you've got to remove that one. Right, now we're nearly there. We're on the home straight now. Now the next thing we need, that orange little slug there, we need to remove that. But there's a screw holding it in on the back. So can we see the screw holding it in on the back? And you've got to go in through that hole there. If I put that in there, look, you can see in there, hopefully, that orange Torx screw. So Tyler's going to take that out now. And as he takes, once he's got that screw out, we'll be able to pull this little slug out. I can see you through the window, Tyler. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at the enthusiasm. Sometimes you'll need a pair of pliers. Sometimes you'll be lucky. And yeah, we're going to need pliers on that one, I reckon. Right, we've got a pair of pliers. You should just be able to wiggle it, work it. Now, just show us the profile of that. It's a sort of a D shape. So when you put it back in, it can only go in one way. Look, you can see it's a D shape. And the screw literally just screws into that. Right, do you want to give that to me, Tyler?
Yeah,
right, there we go. I've got that. Right. Now, the whole inner door assembly goes out in the direction Tyler's pointing now. Whoosh. But in order to do it, you have to press that little tab in there that we coloured orange. So you have to push that in, and then you see the whole assembly slide. It's gone. It's disappeared somewhere. Right.
What would we always forget?
We always forget the electrical connector, Tyler.
There it is.
So, yeah, there's a little electrical connector there. The release tab is on one of the ends. One of the small surfaces will show you when it's out.
There you go. That's release tab.
Release tab. And then that should give us
what we're here for.
What we're here for, what we came to work to do. Right, put that on the table, Tyler. And then I think we'll have a little break. We'll have a little cup of tea. And then we will show you how to disconnect the cables and reconnect your new actuator. Right, so we've now got this. So when you buy the actuator, if you buy it from Land Rover or wherever, it's just this unit here. There are no cables and no door handle attached. So we need to just remove these cables. So these clips are a little bit tricky. Now Tyler's coloured the little bits you need to remove in. Now what those actually is, they're two little prongs that are fired into a metal plate. So obviously we need to pull the clip up this way, but we've got to just extract those little bits. Now they're a bit fiddly, but we'll have a go. I'll probably get in the way there. Right, so I'm going to force it up a little bit. Wow. Ah, there you go. That's quite a good shot, if you can see that. I've got one of those out. There you go. So you've got these little, you can just see there's a little ramp. So they go in nice and easy, but it's getting them out. Because you've got to force that bit back like that to get those off. And you've got to do both of them, right? And then you've got to just rotate this cable to some position or other. Oh, it feels like it's there. There you go. It comes out. There's a little pin there and a little groove right at the top of there. And you have to make it sure that comes out there and then push. Right, that's that one out. Oh, these masks are a pain. Right, and then you've got the same thing here, but it's a bit trickier because it's black. The clip is black, so it's harder to work out what is going on. Right, then. Is it on there? There you go. Actually, that one came out easy, having said that. Right, and then what angle does that have to be to come out, Tyler? There you go, that angle there. So again, this one's a slightly sort of flattened, it's not a round. So you just have to get it lined up with the slot. Right, and that is it. And there you go. So that is it. Good luck replacing that. You can buy these. We've chosen to buy second-hand. It's a balance. You've got three options. The best option is to buy new genuine, but they are expensive. You can buy aftermarket, but we've got varying results in how long they last for. Or you can buy second-hand, but again, that's the genuine ones are prone to failure as well. So, yeah, it's a tricky decision, but we'll have a look how long that video's taken us. Obviously, this video is only disassembling it, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I think it's probably 20 minutes, Tyler. So I reckon you could do this easily in an hour with a cup of tea in the middle. So I suggest having a break in the middle, get it all swapped over, put it all back together, and you're all done. I mean, in many ways, the reassembly is easier. That little cap just clips on, the window just slips in, these cables just clip back in, so I think it should be easier putting it all back together. Give it a clean as you put it back together, clip it all in, and you're done. And then good luck with that.